Good.
Let's get her back.
That's all right. I don't know.
You good? Journey.
Hi, and thank you everyone for coming. How many of us would like to live a long and healthy life? Well, the answer is pretty obvious. Most of, if not all of us would. The real question is, however, are we really making the needed effort to do so? Having a good diet is an important part of being healthy. That's only half the equation. Being physically active is the other important factor to being healthy. Physical activity has so many benefits for our bodies, and in order to reap these benefits, we need to be physically active for most days of the week. When we are physically active, our body uses nutrients and energy, so it is also important to know how to properly start a routine and how to fuel our bodies when doing any kind of physical activity. So how does it benefit our bodies? Well, first, it strengthens our bodies in so many different ways. Exercise helps to increase or maintain the lean muscle tissues in our body. And when we have more muscle, we are able to burn more fat. And then, so we can maintain our weight better. When we do weight-bearing exercises, such as, lifting weights or anything like that, it helps to build bone strength and also helps to protect against osteoporosis. When we do exercises that increase our heart rate or breathing, it helps to strengthen our heart and lungs. Exercise also helps our body to fight diseases. When we exercise, it enhances our immunity, so we are less likely to get sick, such as getting the common cold. Exercise also lowers some types of cancers and lowers the risk of type 2 diabetes. Another benefit of exercise is that it helps with mental and emotional health also. When we exercise on a regular basis, we are able to get more restful sleep. Since I've started my exercise routine, I've noticed I've been able to fall asleep much quicker instead of staying awake for an hour trying to fall asleep. Exercise also lowers the incidence and the severity of anxiety and depression, which most of us deal with anxiety at least some part of the day. So when we exercise, it can actually help us not to have to deal with so much anxiety. Exercise also helps us to have a stronger self-image because we know we're doing something that is bettering our body. Now, what are the recommended types and amounts of exercise? Well, here we have our exercise pyramid. This can be found at mypyramid.gov, which is a very useful website for not only finding out information about exercise, but also with having a healthy diet. Here we have, at the top of the pyramid, is the inactivity. As you notice, this is the smallest part, so that is the part we want to have the least of, is inactivity. And that's stuff like, sitting, watching TV, or sitting, playing video games, or anything like that. The second part on here is stretching and flexibility. This should be done at least twice a week. You should be doing stretching, such as yoga, or just, simply stretching out your muscles. And when you do your stretches, you want to stretch each muscle group a few times and hold it for a few seconds so you're getting the benefit of the stretch. The next level we have is aerobic activity. This can be stuff such as tennis, swimming, jogging, basketball, bicycling, anything that is going to get your heart rate and your breathing rate going. This should be done at least 2 to 3 days a week for a duration of at least 20 minutes because you want to make sure that you're getting your heart rate and your breathing rate. You want to make sure you're keeping it high for long enough. Here at the bottom of the pyramid is the big section. This is an indication of how our lifestyle should be. Our lifestyle you want to make sure that you have a very active lifestyle. Doing things such as bicycling, maybe instead of driving to the store, doing yard work, household chores, going for walks, anything that is keeping your body moving. And this should be most every day. Now, when you're doing exercises, you want to make sure you use caution, especially if you're going to start a routine where you're doing like aerobic activity and stuff. When you're doing such kinds of exercises, you want to make sure you do warm-ups and cool-downs. Warming up can be maybe jogging in place, doing some jumping jacks, something that will help prepare your body for doing this extra activity. You want to do this because this can help reduce muscle cramps when you're having exercises, and it also allows your heart rate to adjust, because when you're doing exercises your heart rate goes up, so when you start with the warm-up it allows your heart rate to gradually increase instead of getting started right away. Another part you want to make sure you're taking precautions on is pay attention to your body signals. Such signals such as abnormal heartbeat, dizziness, lightheadedness, cold sweat, and also pain and pressure in your chest, teeth, jaw, necks, or arms. If you have any kind of these symptoms while you're exercising, you need to stop and seek immediate medical attention. Now, another important part you want to take a precaution in when you're exercising is making sure that you're putting what your body needs for the exercise. When you are exercising, you want to make sure you have a diet that is low in fat and sugars and proteins and high in carbs, and good for you carbs, such as like whole wheat breads and fruits and stuff like that, because carbs is what gives your body the energy that it needs for doing such activities. And also, it's very important to drink plenty of fluids, particularly fluids that are low in sugar and non-caffeine. Water is really the best. Now, it's never too late to start becoming physically active. Some of the benefits that you can get from exercise can be felt within a few days, and even more so after a few weeks. So whether you're young or old, if you would like to improve your quality of life, then become more physically active. Just be sure to start out slow so you can see what your body can handle. Over time, your body will adjust and become stronger, and you will be able to do things that maybe you weren't able to do before. The benefits you receive will be well worth the time and effort that you put into it. Thank you.
Very good.